I'm so full. What you need to see, wait. Now time will always have gonna have high hopes. Howdy. Nice place. Yeah. Okay. Let's see how that works. Let's see if that's any better. It should be a little. Yeah, the network's a little garbage here. You probably think that you are better now, better now. I only say that because you're not around, not around. You know I never meant to let you down, let you down. Could have gave you everything, could have gave you anything. My AOL minutes, yeah. I need another AOL CD with 1,500 minutes on it. I'm just in a hotel. That's all there is to it. I'm just in a no-tell motel. What's cracking? I am enjoying the salty, salty air from the salty sea. I'm here in what is likely my new hometown. I guess we'll see. That's what we're here to find out. But what beach is that? You're gonna have to guess. You're gonna have to guess, friend. You're gonna have to take a stab at that. I'll tell you something. I'm on the West Coast. Where on the West Coast? You'll have to figure it out. I'm sure some of you will. San Diego. You guys think I make a lot of money, don't you? San Diego, give me a fucking break, bro. Pismo. Does that look like Pismo? Let me just explain to you that it doesn't. I just got back from vacation. Are you following the Kendrick versus Drake beef? No. But I backed Kendrick because he's a Cali boy. Look at how fat I am. I hate it. I hate being a fatty. I want to be a thinny. Portland. Good guess. Maybe so. Bakersfield. Oof. Bakersfield doesn't have an ocean. I like the pants. Yeah, these are just like orange or slip-on sleepy time pants. Pajama pants. I look good. Thanks. I feel pretty good. Yesterday was a fucking nightmare though, dude. I had a rare day yesterday. A real rare one. Nice shoes. I'm not wearing any shoes. I'm barefoot as the day is long. What's your favorite film with a seaside setting? I love Vertigo. Vertigo, set as it is in the Bay Area, with the Golden Gate Bridge and the Bay Bridges providing background for it, and just like how beautiful Frisco was during the time they filmed that. I think in the '60s, San Francisco was absolutely the most beautiful place in the world. Oh, thank you, baby. Oh, sure. Thank you. I appreciate you. Wipe off my glasses. Left them in the car. Once a few more of you get in here, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about the cursed lambo. Okay. And you don't know what that is yet, but you will. Okay, the cursed lambo, or maybe it was the Fisker that was cursed. I don't know.
Maybe it was a combination.
Maybe a Lambo plus Fisker equals bad news. I honestly do not know. Why do glasses get so filthy?
You want the other wipe that's in the carrier?
No, it's fine, baby. I'm just wondering, like, how I got so many smudges and fingerprints and, like, looks like there's, like, spittle on them.
You did toss them on the floor, remember?
Did I?
Yeah, you took them off and just...
Oh, whoops. No. That was stupid. Okay, well, that's fine. That feels good. Thank you, baby. Could have finished that. Pull that over.
Okay.
These are actually really comfortable. They don't look it.
Yeah.
But they are. They cradle the bum. So. Oh, see?
Yeah. Put mine over there so I can...
Oh, yeah. Here we go, baby. Did you get your coffee, too?
Oh, it's inside.
Yeah, you don't want to not have your coffee. Paul drives a cursed Lamborghini. Man, I wish. Actually, no. Now I don't want a Lamborghini ever. Is this a temp place? Yeah, we're just staying. We're here to visit a town that we think we're probably going to move to, but we're not 100% sure. So we're doing what people do when they want to move to a town they've never been to. We're staying in it for a week. And we're going to travel around, and we're going to see the sights, and we're going to take Dee down to the salty sea, and we're going to take a little look at this cute little town and see what's what. How's the search? We just woke up. We got here at 2 a.m. or thereabouts last night. And it took us how long to get here? Well, I don't want to say because people will know our range.
Yeah.
No.
It took 3 hours more than it had to. We'll say that.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Are there seals nearby? I don't know. I would imagine that, like, there's tide pools right down there. And last night when we got here, the tide was in, and the water just like crashes up against those rocks. It makes the nicest sound. It's like, that ocean sound. Pretty awesome.
We got a good room too, because I don't know if you heard, if we were on the other side of the hotel, we would have been hearing the lighthouse go bloop, bloop, bloop.
Oh, it bloops?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was. I thought you were like hitting the call button in the hotel, but then I remembered some of the reviews mentioned the lighthouse sounds.
Oh. Yeah.
We got the good spot.
Well, see, another little nugget of info. Now you guys know that there's a lighthouse nearby. We are fully doxxed. They've got our geolocation right now. What's up, Paul? I actually got COVID over this break. Lost taste and smell. Super congested with a cough. It's still out there. Oh, I know. Trust me, I know. Yesterday, the day before, I caught the flu. It was like literally...
Well, the stomach flu, not the flu.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
They're different things.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, I got a stomach flu then. Maine? That's cool. Good guess. Shit, now I definitely know.
It's definitely Maine. We're doxxed.
Yep, we're doxxed. Give it up. Scotty didn't even get a chance to accidentally do it this time. We're doxxed. Mexico, getting closer. You're getting closer, my friend. You're starting to think right. Any more thoughts on the Scotty argument? No, not really. I mean, I think we kind of like covered it, right? He and I like hashed it out like men do, and I'm past it. I hope it's not something that has to happen again.
I think you guys are both frayed at the end of your work cycle.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we're out of control.
That's why you guys take breaks.
I got my ring resized finally, so I can actually wear my wedding ring. You guys can see there. My beautiful wedding ring. Finally fucking got off my ass and did that. I've only been married how many years? 3? 3 and change?
It'll be 4 this year,
Yeah, 3 and change. Only 3 years and change until I get to actually wear the wedding ring that I bought for myself. Isn't that nice? Where are you at? I am somewhere on the planet Earth. and that's giving too much. Got it smaller or larger. I had to have it stretched, so it was at 10, and I had to get it to a 10.5.
Yeah. And the issue was like there's those little ridges on the edges to make it wider. And
Yeah.
That's what made it hard.
Yeah. So it fits perfectly now. It's like takes some doing to get it off, but it's not like gonna fly off my hand, you know. Which is nice. I knew it was Earth. You got me. Lake Tahoe.
It's a good guess.
Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe. But a good guess.
We can't afford no Tahoe, dude.
Tahoe, give me a fucking break. Wow, great view. I know. This little town is almost unbelievable, guys. The place that we're in is almost unbelievable that it exists to me. But getting here was a fucking nightmare. A nightmare of epic proportions. Oh. The cursed Lamborghini.
And Fisker.
And the Fisker. I'm not sure what it was. So, video quality low as fuck. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, bro. I'm in the middle of nowhere on a phone, okay? Pixel Paul, blocky as a wall.
So, why don't you tell them exactly which Lambo that you saw?
Well, I don't know. Hold on. I'm gonna wait and see if the LTE kicks back in because it's being fucking.
You can always turn the Wi-Fi off too.
I did. I had to because the Wi-Fi was not gonna handle that. It's not gonna do a stream. Okay, there we go. Why ain't this 4K 120? What? I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, bad res. I mean, it's because I'm on shitty fucking internet. So I don't know what to tell you guys. Nothing can be done. I'll just end it if it's unwatchable. But
You can still hear it. It's good enough.
yeah, if you can hear me, it's good enough. It's good enough for government work, okay? So it's not caught in 4K, caught in 140p. What is your opinion of Ja Rule? He's an idiot. Doofied. Just watched a video of a conservative moving to Russia. It's hilarious how much he regrets it. Dude, these people are like, they always find this out too. It's like conservatives will start simping for a certain country or whatever that's at war. And then like a couple of conservative nerds will move there because they buy into the fucking rhetoric. And then they get there and they're like, holy fuck, can I go home? And they're like, no. David Packman joked about the nunt on Instagram. Word of the nunt spreads. A repeat do.
I can see Pac-Man popping in to see you guys.
I don't think so. I think David Packman probably thinks that we're a bunch of fucking losers.
But he might hate watch.
He might. David Packman.
You've gotten some big names. Like, he might have watched Kyle's appearance. Maybe you talked about the nut and that.
That is, we prominently discussed the nunt in that. We need to copyright nunt. Nah, it's okay. People can have it. I gave it to the people. Get the old Pac-Man on the show. I don't know, man. It's like I said, man, I don't think Pac-Man wants to come on the show. I don't think the show and Pac-Man would get along very well.
Couldn't hurt, though.
Me. Rapid do. Alright, so we've been planning this trip. You guys know, stressful last week. You know, a big fight with Scotty, just a bunch of stuff. I was like, I was just overworked. I bit off more than I could chew. Because I wanted to finish strong for the week so that I could be gone for a week and not have to really worry, right? And so I got the stomach flu. It was the night that I had the Scotty fights, the Thursday night. I was up vomiting all over myself. I thought it was just like nerves or something, but the next day I puked worse. And so I was like, shit. So we were supposed to leave Friday. Friday morning, and I slept all Friday. Literally didn't get out of bed, maybe twice. And when I woke up, I felt better. So on Saturday, so we came, got our stuff together. We're leaving our neighborhood, right? We're heading to the freeway to get going where we're going. And I see right behind each other, so it's like 1-2. I see a Lamborghini Murcielago, black, and I see a green wrap Fisker. I've seen a Lambo before in LA on the streets, but never a black Murcielago. It was the most beautiful fucking car I'd ever seen on the streets. And then right behind it is a Fisker, which I've never seen on the streets. You never see a fucking Fisker. So I was like, what the fuck? Whoa! You know what I mean? I literally had a soy meltdown in the car. Amelia will back that. I was
and
like,
you thought it was like, this has to be a good omen.
Exactly. Well, that was the thing. I see these two cars, right? One of which that I never thought I'd see on the street. I mean, a Fisker is like a hen's tooth, right? You just don't see them. And then a Murcielago, a black Lamborghini Murcielago. Fucking, and it's, I was next to it. Like, so when he took off, I get to hear that V12 just like, I was like, oh my God. Right? I was just so, and I said, this gotta be a good omen, baby. This gotta be a good omen. There's no way that these two cars, it's not Fister, it's Fisker with a K. Not Fister, Fisker. Okay? Ain't nobody sicker in my Fisker broom broom, yo. Not a Fister, a Fisker. Okay? Paul is swooned by cars. I really am. Certain cars will knock my dick in the dirt because they're just, there's something about them. It's the same way I feel about watches, right? When I saw this watch, when Sternglass released this Mecha Quartz, I was like, oh! I literally did that. Not on the inside, on the outside. It was like something hit me in the face. I was like, oh my God, it's perfect. I need it. I must have it. Right? I get that same feeling about cars. Certain cars. Like certain, usually high-end cars. I would never own one because I would never be able to take it on the street. No, the new Corvettes are mean looking, bro. I'm not gonna hate you. They're mean looking as fuck. Every time I see one pull up behind me, I think it's something else. And then I go, oh, that's the new Vet. Especially with that, like, the lowered, have you seen the ones that have got, like, the lowered sports package on them? So they've got, like, the extra fucking grip, like, fins in the back, and they're super duper mean and low. Yeah, that's a cool looking fucking car, dude. I would never buy one. I think they're a waste of fucking money, but yeah, no. But I mean, there's an $80,000 Vet, and then there's a $1.5 million Lambo Murcielago, right? I mean, on that street right there with the Fisker following the Lambo, there was $2 million on the street. Easy peasy. 2 million, maybe closer to 3. And so I thought to myself, damn, we got ourselves a good omen, man. There's no way you see those two cars and it's a bad omen. There's no way. And so that was my thought process, you know, was that seeing those cars was going to be a good omen. It was a horrible omen, okay? The cursed Lambo, the cursed Fisker. So we are in an electric vehicle. All right, I bought an electric vehicle. It's my first one. And we have not taken a big, long road trip in it. And so this was our figuring out how to travel in an electric vehicle trip. And so we get to our first leg of the journey. And our first leg of the journey dumps us right in the middle of a giant metro area, right? What's the range on it? 300 miles. 300 miles on a full charge. So our first leg of the journey. Now you don't ever go 300 miles. You don't want to get caught out in the middle of fucking nowhere. And let me be frank, not to give away my location, but the middle of nowhere is where I am. Okay. So to get here, we had to be very careful, very strategic. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So our first stop of the day to charge the car lands us in a big metropolitan area. I won't tell you which one because it'll reveal where we are, or at least the direction we headed. In the middle of a big metro area, obviously California, tons and tons of cars, right? Tons and tons of howdy Ron, tons and tons of electric vehicles, right? So we have an EV charging station somewhere in this town. I get off the freeway, we find it, right? It is full. There's a car at every one of them, and I flip out because I know it takes like 45 minutes, right, to go from 10% or 15% to like 100 or 95 or whatever, right? It takes about 30 to 45 minutes depending on the charger that you get. There are different types of chargers. My car accepts CCS, so that's between 150 and 350 kilowatts, although I never saw that anywhere. We stopped at 350s and I never saw them go above 180, but whatever, charging wise anyway. So we go there, it's full, there are people waiting. I flip out because I'm looking at the range thing, right? I'm looking at, we've got 20%. And I've never had to drive a car like this before, and here we are, and all the chargers are taken at the charging station that we did, and so I flipped out. The stress of the last week, plus the stress of not really knowing how to fill up my car yet, right? All of that shit just kind of comes crashing down.
Getting over being sick.
Oh yeah, I was sick like the day before, throwing up, and now I'm on the road all day, right? I spent how many hours yesterday? 14?
Yeah.
14 hours driving yesterday. Give or take.
But 3.
Right. And so I am driving. Amelia is trying to help me look up. I'm freaking out. I'm acting like a total asshole. I'm telling her, find me another fucking charger. So she does. We start going to it. We show up. It's full too. I had a cold fucking cracked ass meltdown. Yelled at Amelia for honestly the first time. We've been together how many years, baby? 5?
Yeah.
5 years and change.
Well, not change, but
5.
5. Yeah.
I've never raised my voice like I did. I just screamed. And it wasn't even really at her. It was just the fucking situation, but it was fucked, right?
And I yelled back.
And shockingly to me, Amelia yelled back. I felt bad immediately, but then she was like, I was like, oh shit. So we were in a fight in a car with 15% battery, not knowing how to fucking find a charger, right? So we spent 3 hours in this metro area, not moving at all, right? In fact, going backwards a little bit to try and find a charger. And we finally found one. And what we learned is, if you pull up to one of these chargers,
There's the fast chargers.
the fast chargers, and every one of them is taken, you just park. You don't go looking for another one. You literally just park.
And what took like 10 minutes for someone to come
It
up?
wasn't. It was a little longer. It might have been 15.
Yeah.
But we parked. It was at a Walmart. The charging station was at a Walmart. We parked. Went in. Amelia went and got some fries for us. We ate the fries. By the time we were done with all that, we were charging. Right? And we were on a 150 charger, and it only took like 45 minutes to get us to 95% or something. It was great. So we were like, okay, now we get it. You find a good, like 4 or 5 charger bank. Use the app to make sure that, they're all available. And then
Or at
you
least
go.
operational.
Or operational. And then you go, right? You go. You've got to be in SoCal. Hey, good guess. So, I'm trying to think. All right, so we get going, right? And now we figured it out. Now we kind of know. We're feeling like all that tension is kind of blown away because we know, okay, we just got to wait. And there are plenty of these chargers, right? So we head out of that metro area And once you get out of that metro area, it's kind of the middle of nowhere for a while. In fact, for a long fucking while, you're in the middle of nowhere. Little towns will pop up. We have an app, like I said, that'll show us where the chargers are and shit. So we have one planned out. We found another one. And one thing that I found is that, like, when you're traveling with EVs, it's almost like the buddy system. I didn't know it was like this, but it really is. Like, when you have an EV and somebody sees you struggling with it and they also have an EV, they will come help you.
Yeah, like, so before we finally charged in that metro area, we had tried another bank of chargers and we got stuck.
Well, that's the thing, is I went to a bank of chargers. There was a charger called Volt, or what was it called?
It was called Blink.
Blink. Which, don't ever use those if you have an EV. They're garbage. But I found a fast charger for Blink. I didn't know how it worked. I plugged it into my car, because that's usually what you do. You plug it in and then you scan your card and it charges, right?
But it was busted. And the car has a lock so that you can go in, right? And somebody can't come and unplug your car and plug theirs in and steal your money. So it has a lock that engages, right? But the charging station was busted. And so it wouldn't let me pull this out. So I'm sitting here yanking on this thing, right? Banging on the fucking thing, trying to figure out, like, why it won't work. And this dude just walks over to me. He goes, "Hey, man." He goes, he's like, "It's the first time doing the EV trip?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, I can't find a charger." I'm like, I told him, he's like, "It's cool." He's like, "It looks like you're stuck there." So they all have an emergency release. You have to open the hood. It's right over there by there. He's like, "You just got to go online and look it up, man. I don't know where your car one is. I don't have your car." But he said they all have one, man. He's like, "It happened to me too." He was like, "Had me out here looking like an idiot too." I was like, okay, I'll let that one slide. So I was like, "Thank you." We found it. We were able to get it unhooked. But at that point, we were at like 10% or 15%. It was really starting to get creepy. Yeah.
I was really starting to feel like I was going to have my fucking car towed.
Yeah, I think we ended up circling back to the Walmart that we had seen was full.
It wasn't.
Or
No,
it
was
was
a different Walmart.
Yeah.
We ended up going to a Walmart that was close to that Blink charger, found all the fucking superchargers were full, and we waited. We waited about 15-20 minutes. Somebody got out. We pulled in, charged our car all the way up, and now we get it, right? So now all that tension is blown off because
that was 3 hours of circling
but it
around.
was, yeah.
And we could have sat for 15 minutes at the first one.
Yeah, I don't know. Blurry as hell. I mean, just listen, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I'm in the middle of nowhere on no internet. You can hear me. That's better than what you should expect, right? Okay. So yeah, we'd spent 3 hours driving around this metro area trying to find, and I got to tell you, man, certain brands of these chargers, we use Electrify America. They are well maintained and they're great.
They are only in banks of 4, so you have to wait.
You have to wait for them because they come in banks of 4, but 2 chargers a bank. But if you can find one, they're fast, they're reliable, and usually they fucking work. These other chargers, broken, half of them on the blink, you don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? So you got to figure it out. So we have figured it out. So we get past that city leg of our journey. And one of the things that we figured out was we should have stopped before and after the city, not in it. So we learned our lesson there.
Yeah.
Don't start in a city in California that's literally overflowing with EVs to try and charge your EV. If you're on a road trip, stop before that city and then go through it, and then maybe have a stop 100 miles after.
Yeah, because we cut it pretty close to our next stop. It was like at
that next,
30 miles
well,
left
because
on
we
the
were
car.
up in the, we had a mountainous kind of pass we had to go over and through.
So like we saw that we had enough miles and then some, but it doesn't account for elevation.
Well, it tries.
Like
It tries, but it can only guess so much, right? It doesn't know how you're going to drive, how many times you're going to have to get on the gas, how many times, and when you're going uphill, you're using more juice. You've got more power, right? And so the next stop that we had, we were cutting it pretty fucking close, but it was an Electrify America charger. We got there fine. We charged up. While I was there, 2 people had a problem that I tried to help them with. So it's like this whole EV community is helping each other, which is kind of cool, but it's because it's a little fucky, guys. It's a little bit fucky. A little more fucky than I think I knew. But anyway, we got charged up at that second big charging spot, and it was another long journey. Long.
journey through nowhere. Middle of fucking nowhere, literally. So we're going. I'm on this like windy road. There's literally nobody on the road. Literally nobody. Would you buy the EV again? Yeah, I would. But I would definitely have spent more time with my dad learning about it, I think. If I could go back and change it. I would have went on like a day trip with my dad and his so that I could see.
Yeah, like what he does in that situation.
Exactly.
Because he would have sat and waited.
He would have sat and waited easily. He knows better, but I didn't. What EV do you drive? I drive a 2023 Nissan Ariya. Anyway, doesn't matter. So we're driving on this windy road. It's, you know, I'm speeding because there's no other cars, and I'm tired and I'm exhausted.
It's like 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night. It's that point.
It's dark. There's nobody on the road, so I'm speeding. All of a sudden, behind me, lights, cop. I was like, oh. I haven't been pulled over for speeding since I was 18. I have one moving violation, or two on my record. I have a speeding ticket when I was 18, and I have a cell phone ticket when I was 25. Boop, 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 boop. Here comes the pigs. Boop, boop, boop. I was like, oh, fuck. I pull over. He pulls in behind me. It's a young dude. He comes to the window. Dinor tried to bark at him, and I was like, good boy. He comes to the window, and Dinor was like, woo! I was like, shh, shh, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. So I got a ticket. Got a speeding fucking ticket. Hit a speed trap in literally the middle of nowhere. It's like the most retarded speed trap you've ever seen. Like if it was like in a little city or something. No, it was in the middle of the woods, dude. Middle of the woods.
One of those 65 to 55s.
Yep. It dropped down from 65 to 55 at some point. I didn't pay attention. I was doing like 80.
No, you were only doing 70.
I was doing 70 something. Yeah, well, whatever it was.
Because everywhere else in California, they expect you to go 10 miles an hour over the speed limit on a road like that. But not there.
And so anyway, whatever. It was just a cop. He took my license. He took my stuff. Went off about his business. Wrote me a ticket. Came back and said, I wrote you a lower ticket. You know, I didn't want you were cool, so I wrote you a lower ticket. Here you go, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, thank you, officer, good night. So I get back on the road, and now I'm just like, well, I'm not getting popped again, so we're going to put on the cruise control, and we're going to just monitor the speed the whole time, and we're not going to go more than a couple miles an hour over the speed limit. But what that did was basically probably added another hour to our trip, at least.
We were fucking paranoid at that point.
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously, you got pulled over, and I'm like, dude, it was in the middle of nowhere. If it was like... So I was just like, any one of these little bends I'm going around could have a cop around it.
Like, if we were on, like, I-5 or something, you wouldn't fucking be worrying.
No. Or 99 or whatever. I'd just be fucking flooring it. I'd be moving with the traffic.
Yeah.
But I was the fastest thing on the road, so I got popped.
The only thing on the road.
It was the only thing on the road. So anyway, I got my speeding ticket, and now we've got another hour, right? And I'm looking at the range on there. So we start running, we're in the middle of nowhere, right? And your car, if you have an EV, is basically like a traveling hotspot. It is constantly connected to the internet, constantly. Through your phone, through its own internals, it's constantly connected. When you go to a place where it cannot connect, it starts giving you these crazy warnings, right? Like, you do not have enough power to reach your destination. Please, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, fuck, don't tell me that.
And our next destination is literally a charger.
Yeah, our next destination is a charger. And it's telling me you do not have enough range. What I found out was it just warns you of that when it can't. I'm going to turn that off.
Okay. Got it.
It's the ocean man. Ocean man. Take me by the hand. Ocean man. Still elusive when it casts forth to the childlike land. Ocean man. Secrets of a life form raised in the sand. Okay, anyway, what was I saying?
That it was
Catch me
looping at you about the range.
Oh, yeah, it's booping at me about the range and how I'm gonna be like trapped in the middle of the woods with no power and no way to get out, no cell phone service, and the whole nine, right? Not good. So I figure out, because I'm looking at the range, we've got like 119 miles and we're like 80 miles, right?
It was less than that.
It was less than that, yeah. It was like 60 miles or something. And I'm like, there's no way. Like, even with the hills and the turns and the brakes and then this and the that, I got plenty. And I did. I had way more than enough. So that was just another little quirk of the car. When you're out in the middle of nowhere, it warns you that you're going to be stranded even if you're not.
And we finally figured out how to turn it off like 10 miles before we hit the
Yeah,
charger.
I just turned off the warnings because it was starting to trigger me. And yeah, I guess that's about it. At 2 o'clock in the morning, we pulled into our destination. We thought we were going to pull in at around 10 or 11 at the latest. And so we ended up wasting 3 hours in a big city looking for a charger for no reason, getting in our first real screaming mad fight, getting a ticket. So fuck that Lambo is what I'm saying, and that Fisker. I hope they wreck them. I hope they let their insurance lapse and then they wreck those cars. Not to hurt themselves, but to lose those cars, because those cars are cursed. Cursed. That's the only question. That's the only thing I can come up with. It has to be right. The cars are cursed. Hello. Damn, you got pulled over. I mean, that is what it is.
That's the only thing those towns exist for. They survive solely on speeding
Yeah.
tickets.
And as you can see, I've got the right skin color to not really have to worry about cops. So.
Like Dinor, it'd be worried to have like a big scary dog barking at a cop, but they saw his little teddy bear.
Yeah,
face.
when Dinor barked at him, he moved his flashlight over real quick and saw the little teddy bear, and he was like, "Oh, okay." Are you not good with stress, or is this just like a normal amount? I'm actually pretty good with stress. I'm actually usually a pretty level-headed dude during stressful situations or emergent situations and stuff. It's just that I build up, like it takes a little something out of me every time I have to deal with it, and eventually if I don't take care of myself and get a little downtime, I will fucking blow.
And it wasn't just work, it was other shit going on.
Oh, 100 other... Dude, I'm not even going to go into the whole thing, but I just got to tell you guys, Paul's ego's got a heaping plate right now. I got family things going on. I got, stuff that I don't talk about with you guys. Stuff that I don't, because it's really none of your business, but also because I don't want to be like one of those dudes that just bitches about how hard his life is. I know you guys are probably fucking working too. At least most of you. So it's like, but I just have a lot on my fucking plate. Can we help at all? No, it's cool. You guys do. You guys are my, vent, I get to vent. Amelia's preggy. Wrong. Sorry, that's not gonna happen.
That's literally impossible.
Yeah, that's,
you're infertile and I'm on the strongest birth control on the market.
True. You have an implant.
Yeah.
And I'm infertile.
The only reason these fail is if they're put in wrong, or
I would
if you let
say,
them
I
sit
would
too
say that it is entirely improbable.
Yeah.
Like, unbelievably improbable, but I would stop short of saying impossible. Are you okay? I'm fine. I just get overwhelmed sometimes, man. Life can really you ever heard the term when it rains it pours? I know, when I was a kid I never really understood that, but now I know. It's like sometimes, oh wow, look. There's little birds chasing off like a crow. You see them?
Yeah.
They're pecking
Fuck
him.
you.
Get out of here, crow! They were probably trying to snitch some eggs, those crows. Bastards. Anyway.
The lesson is don't burn yourself from both ends.
Yeah, don't burn the candle at both ends for too long. Sometimes you have to. I mean, I'm sorry, that's part of the hustle. Sometimes the candle has to be lit at both ends. If you're going to make it, that's just the United States.
But if you can help
I'm assuming the rest of the world too, but you need to take account for what you're feeling inside. You cannot push yourself raggedy to the absolute limit and then beyond it and expect anything other than a meltdown. You know, that whole shit with Scotty probably wouldn't have popped off that big had I not been so stressed, had he not been so stressed, right? Everybody on the show has been burning the candle at both ends. We've been meeting, we've been changing things, a lot of stuff going on, long ass shows. Whew. So, if there's any lesson from that story, it is take care of yourself, okay? Don't be a fucking dick to yourself.
And have a little patience.
Yeah, have a little patience. Don't mouth off to your wife because you'll find out that she's better at it than you. Let's see.
I don't know about better. I think that you were just shocked because it was the first time I raised
No,
my
it was
voice.
better.
Yeah.
You just definitely like fucking shut me right down. You remember how I went from screaming mad to you screamed at me and I went quiet? There's a reason for that. No, you're good at it. It's just you don't ever dust it off, and I do. You ever hear the like loudest bark, often the less bite? Don't fuck with Amelia. Right? I was like, I've just learned, okay? Don't ever. What happened with Scotty? You can go watch the show. I'm not going to go over the whole thing. Yeah, if you go to the Deep Fat Fried channel and watch the latest live, you'll see the whole fucking thing. It starts about 10 minutes or 15 minutes into the stream. You won't miss it. Not my proudest moment, and I don't want to speak for Scotty, but probably not his either. But also kind of like an example of how friendships work.
Especially between men.
Between men, yeah. Between hothead men, too. You know? It's raspberry-sized hailing where you're at now? Or not? Oh, it was real. I would tell you guys here if it wasn't.
It was like maybe 30 seconds of thinking it was a bit. And then
No. I was annoyed from the jump.
Yeah.
When he was talking over me like that, I was annoyed from the jump. So it was on. It was on with me from the jump. I'm a little proud of yourself for standing up for yourself, even if it went kind of too far. Well, that's the thing. Is like, at a certain point, it really had nothing to do with Scotty. I do not take that off of people in my life. I don't ever. I'm never the dude that goes like, "Oh yeah, well I'll beat your fucking ass then." How about that? I've never once in my life have I taken it to there. I'm fine arguing. I'll argue with somebody till the sun goes down and comes back up again. But as far as like taking it to that, like, I'm gonna beat you, I don't ever do that to somebody, and I expect that same respect from everybody else. You're very passive aggressive. I can be, yeah. I think everybody can be. Let's be real. We live in kind of a passive aggressive society, don't we? Where we're all kind of shit talking each other on the internet and then fake smiling in person.
You want me to get him his little sweater? He's a little cold.
Maybe. Want your sweeter? Go on in, me. Or not.
I'll bring it out.
You and Scotty should do a boxing match at a meetup. That would be awesome. Maybe we will. I don't know. But why were you passive aggressive? Because Scotty was passive aggressive, right? Scotty coming in to the show in the middle of a rant, sitting down, and then just not knowing what I'm talking about and starting to go, no, yeah, that was passive aggressive. Right? And so I was passive aggressive back, and then it went from passive aggressive to aggressive aggressive. And that's how it happens. Your relationship with Scotty always felt a bit uncomfortable for me. It's not. Scott, here's the thing with Scotty, and I think I've got it figured out. He and I are kind of similar in terms of our hot-headedness, and I think that similarity can play out in aggro. I mean, the first time we met, he told me he was going to beat my ass over a football game, over a bad call in a football game, you know. And so there's clearly tension, right? But I've also known the dude for 10 fucking years. We've been through the ringer together. We've been all over this planet making money together, like I told him. And I love him. And I love his brother. If I didn't, I would have been fucking gone long ago, right?
And he also grew up with a brother, and you didn't, so.
Right,
He
and I
has
try
a little
and keep
extra
that in mind.
brolic-ness.
That's what I think, honestly. I don't even really think it's like a lot of the stuff I said about Scotty. I think that Scotty grew up with a brother, and when you can get real brolic with your brother, and you pull punches on each other. But when you take that attitude, I don't know. I don't want to speak for Scotty. I'm not trying to shit on Scotty. I'm just saying when you take that attitude out into the world, I don't think it does well. And it certainly doesn't do well with me. You know, I'm a pretty reasonable guy, but threats of physical violence, especially when it's like clearly designed just to shut you up, never works with me. I will call the bluff every time. And one of the reasons for that is I grew up around guys that got in a lot of fights, and they never started with, I'm gonna do this, that, or the other thing to you, ever. Like, they never started that way. They just started, like, all of a sudden you'd hear commotion and they'd be throwing blows. So typically when people talk about it, they're not gonna be about it, at least in my opinion. Got to temper the toxic masculinity, I guess so, yeah.
I think it was housekeeping.
Oh, was
It was
it?
just making sure there wasn't shit they had to pick up out there.
I thought it was just hamming up a nothing burger for entertainment. Yeah, no, I really wouldn't go that fucking hard to ham something up for you guys. I wouldn't say those mean things that I said to Scotty and that he said to me. I don't think we would do that for a bit, you know.
It was different between you guys and like TJ and Scotty, because that's just what brothers do.
Yeah. Well, you know, Scotty and I don't have that brotherhood connection, and so that's the connective tissue that lets Scotty and TJ fight like that anytime they want. And then the next day or the next hour, they're fine. I don't have that, right? He's my friend. He's not my brother though. He's not my family. And so that you make less allotments, I think, in your mind for people. I still think it was fake. Okay. I hate that. They just like terminally online shit. Dude, I watched a Vosh video.
Yeah.
He went to Spain. He went to Barcelona. And he came back and he was like, there's major changes on my channel because of Spain. He came back and I was watching it. It actually made a lot of sense. He was like, you know, I touched grass. I didn't realize how much I needed to touch grass, and now I'm back. And it's kind of like changed my whole mind on this. And he said something to his chat that I thought was really interesting. He said, from here on out, you will talk to me like I'm a person on the street. You will give me the same type of respect that you would give somebody you didn't know waiting at a bus stop. And if you are weird, parasocial, or make like weird sexual memes or whatever the fuck, I'm just gonna ban you. Because, you know, I think Vosh probably pays more attention to his chat than most streamers, and so do I. You know, we have that in common, I guess. I don't know that I want to go that far with it, but it did make sense to me what he was saying. It gets wild in here, boys. Like, you guys will say some shit to another human being that you would never peep in public. And it's not just like brolic stuff, it's like silly meme stuff. You would never walk up to like somebody and go like, ooh, daddy, in public. But you'll do it to me. You know, like it is weird. Didn't know bro watches Vosh.
You had 3 discussions with him.
I've been on his show twice. He's been on mine once. I've made countless videos about the dude. How do you figure I like don't watch him but respond to him? Keyboard bravery. It's not even that. It's like he was really like, he didn't say it this way, but I felt like a kinship with him, because I was like, what he's trying to say is that you guys have tried to turn what is the new public space into skibbity toilet. Like, that's what he was trying to say. He was trying to say that you guys have done to the public space something that you're not going to do in here anymore. And I thought it was interesting. I don't think I'm going to like lay down the smack like that, but I think it was interesting. Because I really do get tired of the memes and stuff, like, and people just saying crap that they would never say. And it's just weird to me that you would look and see anything other than like a human being. Like if you walked up to me on the street, you wouldn't be like, skibbity dibbity dibbity, you know. You'd probably fucking straighten right up or not even say anything. But in here, because you got this like, I don't know what it is, just like terminally online brain. It's like you'll walk up to a dude you've never really fucking talked to in your life and say some weird shit. I hate internet non-seriousness so much. I mean, look, not everything has to be serious, right? Not everything has to be fucking crazy. But, you know, if we're having a serious talk and you're just, you know what I mean? It's like, what triggers you to want to do that? Like sometimes I'll be doing like a rant in here, 90% of the chat will be just like, yeah, you know, or adding. And then like that other 10% of the chat is just like, duh, I pooped in my pants. You know, and it's just like, huh? Because you're ranting online. That doesn't account for why you think it's okay to walk up to somebody in the new public space and go like you would never do that, dude. Your mouth would, like that shit you just typed to me, you'd never say in public. Like if we were sitting here having a conversation, you wouldn't be like, because you're ... online. You wouldn't. You know what I mean? But because it's here, because you're kind of like behind your little fucking anonymity wall or whatever you want to call it, you'll say it. I don't think of it. You will never meet a person like that. You will never meet a person. I will tell you this. I have met a person that's from the internet that tries to bring it into the real world, and it didn't turn out well for them. They ended up getting chased down the street by Tommy from the Bronx with their pants falling down. Okay? That is the most online behavior that I've ever seen brought into the real world, was Joseph Martelli. And he got chased down the street with his pants falling down around his ankles by Pimp Monk and Tommy from the Bronx. Okay? That's it. That's it. That's the only time an online dude has ever walked up and skibbity toileted me. And he ended up running down the block with his pants falling off. Okay, so that's you. So just stop being that way. Don't be that way here if you're not that way out there. I think that's pretty fucking easy, right? Talk to me like you're sitting next to me at a bus stop or across from me at a coffee shop or something. Nobody does that.
I ran into some fucking teenagers like doing a TikTok at the gas station register. Like what?
So fucking lame, dude. Paul, have you ever heard of ayahuasca? Yes, I have. I'm more honest on here, not necessarily disrespectful. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. For some people, probably, right? It's like a more like you feel like you have a little less of a filter, but you're not trying to like be a dick. I mean, I'm not talking to everybody, right? Like I said, if I'm ranting, 90% of the people will typically be like, yeah.
I'm gonna go in because I'm cold. You want some socks out here?
No, I'm actually fine.
Okay.
I feel good.
Oh, come on. I think you're chilly too.
He is. He's a chilly willy. What do people expect when they raise their kids with iPads? Paul, you'd be doing Fortnite dances at the gas station too if you were my age? Doubtful. Very doubtful. Yeah, I'm actually like on the market to find an ayahuasca shaman and do the whole fucking thing. I have to pick the right time to do it. But yeah, I wanted to try DMT for a while. Paul, how's the weather there in Oregon? It's fine. You nailed me. You got me. You got me. I'm in Oregon. I was there at 16, but when Martello showed up, he got chased by a crowd with TJ and Tommy in the lead. I know. It was TJ, Tommy, and Pimp Monk. And Pimp Monk was big as the moon, man. And they went fucking strolling after Joseph Martelli saying, "Come back, buddy." He ran so fast his pants fell down. It was hilarious, dude. That's the only time I've seen somebody pop their online head out in public. So it's just very much like, one of the things Vosh was saying in that stream was like, he realized, like, when he was in Barcelona, he started to get this trepidation because he was like, this is going to be over soon. And then I'm going to have to go back to chat being just completely retarded. And then he was like, wait a minute, no, I don't. So he's doing some heavy bans out of this chat. Anything stupid, like anything misspelled, anything like that's unreadable, just gone, you know? And I've kind of had to do that a few times here. Misspelled, yeah. Oh yeah, just like garbage, dude. Just like no punctuation, run-on sentences, misspellings that make the meaning of the sentence completely obscured, those sorts of things, right? You understand? Like if you can't, like you wouldn't walk up and in public, so don't here, you know? I have fat fingers. You also have autocorrect. It's this crazy new invention that allows your phone to autocorrect your stupid errors so that you don't type sounding like a monosyllabic fourth grader who was held back for 10 years. You know? Just push the little thing and it corrects it, you know? Corrects the thing for you. Make sure that you don't sound like a dum-dum. Actually helps you hide that you're a dum-dum. Autocorrect works on any device, desktop, phone, whatever you got. It's that little squiggly red underline does not mean this is a dope part. You should do more of that. It actually means that it doesn't make any sense and you've misspelled something. The squiggly red line. You guys should really look for it. It doesn't mean like this part was extra based. It means like nobody's going to be able to understand you because this makes no sense. So use it. Enjoying your new place? What do you think? Look at that. Look at the beauty. Look at the beauty of that. What do you think I'm enjoying? Now red is the color of cool. Yeah, right? GeoGuessers, go, 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 go! Well, I've already given them a little preview. I've given them a little help. I am on the west coast of the North American continent. That's about all I'll tell. Somewhere Cali, maybe Portland. Have had a lot of people say Portland. Well, now I know where Paul is. Say it. Scottsdale? Yeah. Yeah. Middle of the desert. Scottsdale. There it is. Look at it go. He said Oregon, you idiot. Well, he did. You're in Gravity Falls. Yes. Washington, definitely Chile. Paris, Illinois. Very good. I will not make a video of my ayahuasca trip. They're very personal. They're not meant to be content. Paul gonna be building the box truck soon. Send updates. Cool. Queso 2.0. I went and looked up who that dude was, and he's just another fat guy with a loud mouth. I kind of like him. People kept saying that to me the other day. They were like, Queso? or however you say his name. So I was like, fuck it, let's see what that is. Oh, it's another fat guy. Cool. Another hairy fat guy. Neat. What's in ayahuasca? It's DMT. Ayahuasca is like a naturally derived DMT. Why won't you move out of Cali? Why? How do you know I haven't? It's queso. It's like queso, like cheese. Okay. I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high hopes. Got to have high hopes for a living. Didn't have a plan, but I always had a vision. Cheese is why he's so fat. Oh. Yeah, probably me too, honestly. I love cheese. Would you walk up to a dude at the bus stop and ask him if he's ever huffed jankum? If not, I'd recommend that you change your fucking language, bro. Like, would you, there's a perfect example. Would you walk up to a dude at the bus stop and be like, hey dude, did you ever huff jankum? No, you wouldn't. But it's okay to type it in here for me to have to deal with? No. Did you ever huff jankum? Huh? Dude, go away, bro. Memes. It's like, oof. Yeah, I would. Go ahead and ban anybody saying they would. Any mods in the chat, go ahead and clean it up. Anybody saying that they would walk up to somebody in person and ask them if they huff jankum. Did you ever huff jankum? Anybody that's saying they'd say that needs to be banned. That's self-reporting right there. That's self-reporting right there. It's called the Bosch rule over here now. I've decided. It's called the Bosch rule, dude. If I read something and it's something that you would not say to me if you walked up and sat down next to me at a bus stop, your ass is just getting shanked. It's called the fucking Vosh mandate. Yeah, that's what it's called. Nuke anyone with no PFP? No, that's cool. Let the no PFPs chill for a bit. But yeah, dude. Learn to use punctuation. Learn to use like autocorrect. And learn to not be online. Paul, I was hoping you guys would cover that Young Turks meltdown. I thought they'd probably never seen it. Then you watched the whole video. Love that so much. Yeah, that was good. Push trees, that's Dope as Yola, right? Yep. I'm actually friends with Dope as Yola's dad. Dope as Yola's dad is a really good friend of mine. I've never gotten to meet Yola, but yeah. Well, his stepdad, not his real dad. Yeah, I watch Yola for the vibes. I love how smiley he is and how like wonderful. Like he keeps the vibes looking great. You know. Yeah, that's Zeke. Zeke mode. That's the man right there. Yeah. Chad is cancerous today. Not really. It's not too bad. That's pretty cool, man. Yeah. Zeke boy. Paul, you're actually nicer IRL. I know. Trust me, I'm aware. I'm a nice guy. I'm a cool guy. Hi, first time blessings from Scotland. Oh, aye, laddie. A Highlander. Good to see ya. Good to see ya down here. Good to see you over here on the west coast of the United States. Oh, aye. Oh, aye, laddie. I mean, you kind of have to be a little mean online. Yeah. Sorry you have to deal with that, Paul. I like to smoke weed and what? Watch Carpenter films with you? Sure. Paul, does your dad still have his trumpet? He does. It's almost like when a creator is not doing a bit for a show, and even when they are real people. I know it's shocking, right? I'm a human being. What? Paul, how can I troll people better online? Get smart. The best trolls are wicked smart. Smart as a whip. You gotta be fast and you gotta be smart. You can't be dumb and be a troll. So I would say, like, read a book, learn some history, play with the language a little bit, like learn the language that you speak, so you speak it proficiently and not just conversationally. If you really want. Is that dope as Yola's shirt? Yes, it is. Is the Push Trees hoodie my favorite hoodie too? It's the greatest hoodie ever. Being a good rhetorician helps a lot, yes. Wish me luck slanging tacos. Slang them tacos. Haha, you're hilarious. Love your beautiful soul. Great Scottish accent. It was pretty bad. Thank you, though. That was nice. It's kind of you to say so, sir. A Highlander. Oh, a Highlander. What up, Paul? Like listening to your stuff always. Have something interesting to say. Thank you. Do you believe Zoomers and Millennials are the worst generation, or you like to joke about it a lot? I like to joke about it a lot. I think they're the most sensitive generations. That's why I like to joke about it a lot. I find them to be incredibly sensitive about anything that's said about them, and so it's pretty fun to say things about them. Paul, do you or TJ like bongs? I do. I don't think TJ does. Oh, a Highland lass. Oh, dearie. Oh, dearie. Look what I've gone and done. A Highland lass. Oh, aye. Oh, aye. I should have known. Bonnie wee Irish lass. No, wait. Scottish lass. Aye. Honest, as a Zoomer, I'm pretty sensitive, but not towards offensive jokes and whatnot. Just sensitive in terms of caring about others, if that makes sense. Sure. Yeah. How much Scottish do you have in you? I am almost entirely Scottish. Like, I'm Irish, British Isles, Scandinavia. So that's my 23andMe right there in a nutshell. Mostly Ireland, and then the next biggest chunk is the British Isles, so Great Britain and Scotland, and then the next biggest is Scandinavian, which makes sense because, you know, the Vikings conquered, raided, conquered, and settled the British Isles for a long time. controversy? No, I have not. Do you think the Vikings were cool or just savage rapists? I think they were cool and savage rapists. Remember when Biden said one term, Jack? I do remember that. I do remember. Not sensitive from age, but only because my life was pretty turbulent. I was forged in the fire of alcohol and parents. Kids that have rock wars every week. Yeah, that will happen. I can see the Scandinavian in you. I love it. Yeah, it's there. A little bit there. If all crimes were legal, which one would you commit? All crimes were legal. Which one would you commit? I'd probably rob a bank, I imagine. I mean, why not? Rob a bank if it's legal, right? Get me hands on 30, 40 millions, right? Murder? No. No murder. No murder. Cheat on my taxes? Yeah, me too. It wouldn't matter. All crime is legal. Yeah, true. Boom. I wish I grew up in Norway. People there are extremely antisocial. Sounds ideal. I hate small talk. You hate small talk, but then you turn into a stream that's pretty much just small talk. You must not hate small talk as much as you think. Got to have high, high hopes for a living. Didn't have a plan, but I always had a vision. I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high, high hopes. Do you do a pod? I do. It's called Deep Fat Fried on YouTube. Go check it out. You can also check out Onion Nuggets, which are a Clips channel. It has a little bit more stuff if you want to really check out what we do. And then, yeah, Patreon is really what pays our bills. Yeah, been working with the same guys for about 10 years. I might go see Furiosa, probably not for a while. Spent a couple of months in Norway. They were nice, but you just don't have to have pointless small talk. Sure. Fat. Yes. See, there's another one, dude. Just a duder that like came and sat down next to me at the bus stop and went, fat. Never would. Now he's gone. Poor little Aldewee. Is the dog on the intro of Onion Nuggets one of your guys? Is there just a random dog? Just a random dog. Kind of looks like a young Yujiro, but it isn't. It's just a rando dog. What's the channel about? This. We talk politics, religion, the news, pop culture, that sort of thing. So if you like this, it's me doing this with two other guys who are also pretty smart. I got called fat by a homeless guy recently. Damn. That's rough. How old is Dinar? Dinar will be 8 this year. Be 8 in January. I think I'm gonna finish this, wrap it up. I am getting a little cold. And I'm also running out of juice on my phone, so can you see this? I can. That may not be a good thing for you though, sir. Does he have soft fur like a bunny? He's soft like a bunny rabbit. Have you ever had a bad trip on weed? On weed? You don't trip on weed. Have I had a bad experience smoking too much or eating too much weed? Yeah, I have. Oh man, I gotta let you guys get another look at this. Jesus H fucking Christ, look at this fucking place. Good God. Am I wrong? Oh my God. Just kill me now. All right, I'm done. I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you guys some other